Hey, what's up, YouTube? Your boy Jeter, and I'm back with another review. This time I have Players Kai, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Quiet. And here's the box that she comes in, where she would be pictured in here, but it's the window display with all the accessories all taken out the box. And on the side, you got the product shot of Quiet. On the back, you got some more product shots. Players Kai, Phantom Pain. Same thing on the top. Got your stuff on the bottom. And off the box goes into the Phantom Zone. Inside the box we have Quiet. And she looks nice. Looks very, very nice looking figure. Pretty much accurate to how she looked in the game. On the face sculpt, not quite as much, but it is very close, I will say. And you can see all of the detail they put on it here. You got her bikini top tied up in the front. Nice paint work for the most part. You see some little bit of bleed through. They could use a little bit more black on here. You can see a little bit of flesh tone coming through. But I guess it probably might be accurate depending on what kind of material her top is made out of. Could be a little bit sheer. So that might be what is representing. But yeah, you can see. Man, it looks okay. You know, not the best paint job, but it's there. But her other accessories she has on her do look great. I forgot what this is called. Her utility belt. Let's just call it that. I should know what it's called because I used to wear these things all the time. But her utility belt looks really good, really good. You can adjust these straps. You can actually pull them out of here. Just go into like a little hole in her shoulder. So you can pull it out. And the best thing about that you can, when you twist her around, they give you a little bit of leeway. And they won't restrict her movement, you know, So yeah, got that on the ammo pouches on the side right here. And got some these stun grenades right there. Got a holster for her knife, holster for a pistol. Nice detail on the back. Got that sheer going on her butt cheeks, both through her thighs and everything like that. Looks real nice. Boots. Knees are lighter than the rest of her thighs, which might be a little bit of a problem for some people. Boots are highly detailed. Very nice jungle boots she's wearing. Yeah, there's a black sleeve on here. Get some writing on there. I can't really tell what it says. It's too small. Like a bunch of numbers. Can't really tell. It's very small, but it's cool they have some detail like that on there. And like I was saying about, she has a knife pouch. She does come with a knife. I don't know why I'm looking so dark on this camera. All right, sorry about that. I was trying to adjust some settings on my camera. But yeah, nice. The knife looks very detailed. Looks very, very nice. Not too much to it, but it looks pretty nice for the most part. And it fits into her holster. Like so. Slide that in right there. And I was also saying that she comes with a pistol, which is also very detailed. Very nice. Got the silver right there. Silver on the back for the hammer. Trigger is also silver painted. You got this nice wood coloring for the grip. Yeah. Only thing missing from it is letting it cop back and the clip coming out. So this thing is very well done. And just like the knife, it can holster in there, and it does button up. Might have to work a little bit because it is plastic. Takes a little bit of working, but it does snap or fasten. it in there. Just gotta wiggle it just a little bit. There we go. I think it's in there. So cool. And she does stand up very nice. Probably the first player figure I had that does not have a problem standing up on her own. The accessories that she do come with is her sniper rifle. Of course, she has to have that. And the sniper rifle looks very, very nice. Very nice, I must say. Yes, it does. Not much detail to it. Very basic. There's probably like 4 colors going on with it, like a gunmetal gray, a shiny metallic black, flat black, and a silver right here for the barrel itself. But it looks very good. Very, very good. Very nice detail. Got some nice reflective paint for that scope. Comes with alternate head when she goes into her parasite mode, I guess you can say. You find out more about that if you play the game, if you haven't already. Extra hand for her sleeved hand. Another extra hand for her guns. Now there's 2 hands with the guns. The one that's more open is for her pistol and the knife. I don't get that. But the one that's closed more is for her sniper rifle. I think it should be the other way around, but that's how the instructions tell you to do it. So I haven't tried to put anything in her hand as far as in this hand as far as the pistol or the knife, so I know how they fit in each. So we're gonna find that out in this review. All right, that's it for the accessory that she comes with. Let's look into the articulation of the figure herself. Oh, one thing about thing I always like about the Play Arts Kai figures is that their eyes look very nice. They actually got a little a shine to them if the light hits them right. So articulation looks up, not at all, because her ponytail is in the way. She can't look down, looks side to side. No neck articulation, but her neck is a soft plastic material, so there might be some articulation in there somewhere, but I really can't feel it. But I feel like there's something in there still, because her neck is pretty soft, but it doesn't move. But yeah, she can look all the way around because her neck is on, her head is on a ball peg. Goes up at the shoulder, about that much. Arms do go all the way around, 360. No rotation at the bicep. No butterfly joint at all. She got a little bit of range of motion right there, but I think it's just a ball joint her arms connected to inside the body. I think gives that motion. I wish he did have a butterfly joint, because it would help out for sniper rifle holding poses, which I will show off. Bend at the elbow a little bit more than 90 degrees on a ratchet joint. Rotates at the elbow. Wrist rotates. And a wrist hinge. Same pretty much standard Play Arts Kai wrist hinge. She has a diaphragm joint at the bust. Upper rotation right there. And she does have a waist rotation, which is kind of a little bit stiff. So you can get some rotation right there in her waist. It just loosens it up. So it's not that stiff. It rotates about as far as a normal human would rotate. Her belt is floating, so you can lift it up and bring it down about that far. But you can't lift it up to get it out of the way of any kind of articulation or rotation you need to do. Her crotch area and her booty cheeks are on a floaty piece, so you can't lift that up and move it around if need be. As far as getting her legs straight, it's on a soft plastic, so you can bend that plastic a little bit when you bend her legs out that much. It was a good range of motion. Nice ratchet. They do go out to the side very far. Bends at the knee. Good looking knee. Got that kneecap right there, like what they're doing with their knees recently on their figures. This makes it kind of weird. Her ball hinge is like up here at the top part of her boot, which is it's really very weird, very strange that they do that like that. So she bends her foot at the top of her boot. That's where her foot bends at, not at the bottom, at the ankle where it should be, but at the top, which is kind of weird, but it works. So yeah, trying to get this, think about these joints, but trying to get them to move. So she can bend her foot like so, right there. Can't bend it forward. That looks kind of really weird, like she broke her foot. She has a foot rocker. I can't count the ankle rocker, but they call it a foot rocker. So it rocks in like that. And no toe movement. So yeah, this thing came done. It does peg in. It does go in. You just gotta work with it a little bit more. For some reason, it's not staying in like I would want it to on camera, but it did it off camera. Let's test out these hands real quick. Here's the one that's supposed to be for her pistol. Now it does fit her hand very well. And to change it out, just pull it straight out. Put it straight on in. It's kind of tight. Jeez. Make sure you don't break your wrist pegs because they don't give you any extra ones. Yeah, and she does hold her rifle pretty well. Yeah. Her pistol. And I wish they did give you an option to stow this on her back, but there's no place to really stow on her back. They could have put something on this to hook it onto. That would have been great. Because there's no way to really hold her gun. Her rifle had one hand holding the pistol, one hand holding the sniper rifle, which wouldn't really be realistic anyway in a way, but still. Give us some place to store that. And you take the pistol out, her hand, you should be able to hold her knife in her same hand. No problem. Yeah, it does store in the knife in the hand. Yeah. Holds it very well. Very nice. And let's pull this one out. Very tight. Let's set her down for a second and get the sniper rifle. This one's kind of tricky. So make sure we get the right hand. Okay. You got this hand. Now you have to really wedge this thing up in there. And make sure you don't, and watch this finger right here because you don't want to break it off. So if you do, take the skinny end and try to wedge it in between the fingers. Yep, I just did that. Now to find the hand. Oh, here we go. It's right here. And I have done this before, so it's not my first time doing this. And you're gonna have to try to wedge this joint up in here, which is kind of scary. Very, very scary. You might have to get some hot water or a hair dryer to, maybe not, because you don't want to permanently unshape it. Jesus, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna do this on camera and I'm gonna break it. Hey, let's see. I did it before. Alright, make sure you watch that finger. There we go. And you got it around. Man, I would not advise repeat it. Doing this. Repeat use of taking the hand, putting the hand on and off. You probably want to leave her hand on here and just, we want to change out for the gun, the pistol or whatever, just pull the hand out and just leave this hand stay on here. Because like I said, keep repeating off and on, it might end up breaking a finger off of the figure. Jeez, these pants are tight. Get on here. There we go. So yeah, now she's holding her sniper rifle. That's how she holds it. Finger near the trigger. And you're supposed to take this one off. Try to be more careful with this. Here we go. I don't know, this seemed more tight than it did before. I don't know. And this with a butterfly joint where probably would have came in handy. It's just trying to get her to just cradle her weapon. Man, you gotta use the use of the wrist pegs, the wrist hinges, to try to get her to get that over it. She's supposed to be able to cradle it with this hand right here, like so. Or what a toe bend would have been really helpful with right here. I did get this stance going before, I don't know. There we go. I did get this. No. Ain't gonna work. But yeah, something like that. You can't get her in a pose like that. I did it once before. I don't know how to get it back to doing that. Just probably got to work, play with it a little bit. So yeah, like I said, she does stand up very, very well on her own. Oh, she also does come with the standard Play Arts Kai stand, which I never show off because I never use them or take them out the package. And her head just pops off. Switch the head out. Standard Play Arts Kai. Come on, there we go. So she can flare up. Looking badass. Let's do a quick size comparisons. Here she is with Big Boss. If he'll stand on his own. Yeah, here is Skull Face. Oh. So y'all look at the guy. She's in scale. She's shorter than both Skull Face and Big Boss. So I'm happy with that scale. So yeah, as you can see, she is a nicely put together figure. What is this right here? There's some discoloration, some paint right here. There's some fluorescent. But yeah, she's a nice looking figure. Like a lot of figures, there are some paint defects and stuff like that. And you expect a little bit better from the figure costing this much. I mean, but the other detailing on there outweighs the defects. You know, you get a whole lot of other sculpted in detail, a lot of good paint apps and stuff, and you got a few minor imperfections, which is to be expected with most figures and stuff, you know. So I do recommend getting her. She is a great character in the game. She's a important character in the game, probably more than I would say Skullface was. And I'm not gonna buy the other figures that's coming out, Man on Fire, the Psycho Mantis Kid, because they, spoiler alert, skip ahead 2 minutes, they weren't really a part of the game at all. I mean, they wasn't that big of a part of the game, so I'm not gonna buy them figures. I might get the Dee, the dog. I might get that dog though, but I don't feel like I can't really justify my mind spending $100 on just a dog figure. I mean, how much articulation can a dog figure really have? I guess I'm paying just for the detail of the dog, but I love that dog though. That's my dog. I use that dog more than any of my other buddies, you know. Quiet and Dee. Those are my dogs. Those are my buddies that I use frequently. I used the D Walker once. I don't like that thing. But yeah, I do recommend getting her. She's a great figure, essential figure to the game, which kind of lacked in story. I feel in epicness, but it's a fun game, a great game nonetheless, which is kind of weird, you know. But yeah, that's my review of Playoffs Kai, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Quiet. Thank y'all for watching. Yeah, I'll see y'all next time.